All right, hey guys. So basically this will be a very quick video on how to separate your locks. And just so there's no confusion, I'm not talking about splitting my locks in any way. I'm talking about separating it at the root safely so you don't deal with as much breakage and to kind of deal with the whole marrying roots thing that I had talked about in previous videos. Now, normally my hair pretty much will keep itself separated. I don't really have a lot of issues with that just because I'm a little bit further in the lock journey. However, this past month with everything going on, I really did not do my usual routine to my locks, and therefore I might actually have some mirroring. Not so much up here in the front, but definitely probably here in the back where my hair is a little bit thicker and tends to tangle a little bit more kinky, right? So, you know, I'm going to show you the process because regardless of if it's up here in the back, it's going to be the same. So I'm going to show you on the locks up here kind of what I do to deal with tangled roots. Now, I'm actually getting ready to retwist my hair and put it in some twist. So I'm really going to be trying to pay attention to my parts and everything. So let's jump right in. So first, you're going to want to separate your hair into sections. And kind of go with a small section as possible. Don't try to do all of it at once, otherwise you're going to get frustrated. Believe me, I know. So I'm going to take just this little front corner right here. And, you know, honestly, a lot of the times the front is where we really want to make sure that the hair has pretty straight parts anyway, right? So do not try to do this on dry hair. That's the first thing I want to make sure I highlight. You don't want dry hair. Okay, so of course one of the things you're going to need is a spray bottle or to have just newly washed hair or whatever, right? The next thing that you're going to need is some kind of oil, okay? You want to preferably get something that's a little bit lighter unless your plan is actually to wash your hair right away. Mine is not because my hair has been washed recently, so my goal is just going to be to get something that'll moisturize my hair, seal it in, and then separate it and it'll be good to go, right? So you need the water, you need the oil, and then some kind of moisturizer. I'm using the Alake Naturals Lemongrass Leave-In Conditioner, but just something that's going to give you a little bit of lasting moisture will be helpful, okay? So you got hydration, you got the moisture itself, or moisturizer itself, and then the sealant, all right? So first things first, you're going to wet your hair. Try to keep the water focused just at the roots. You don't want anything that's going to make your hair take longer to dry than it already does, right? And just really run that through those roots from top to bottom. I think I'm going to move this one out of the way. All right, so yeah, wet that from top to bottom. At this point, you may notice that you can do a little separation. There may be some strands or whatever going on, okay? All right. Next, you're going to use a little oil, right? This is especially helpful to do it this way. If you have a lot of tangling, you know, a lot of issues, do the oil second. All right, and rub that all throughout. And at this point, you may start feeling those stray strands, and you'll be able to separate those. Okay, so at this point, this is where you can really start, you know, pulling those hairs apart. Now, up in the front, like I told you, it should not be quite as bad. But this is what I mean when I'm saying like using this routine regularly can really help. And as you get further along in your journey, you know, this won't be as difficult. Not to mention, you don't have to wait until your hair is super tangled to do this whole process. Even when your hair is like mine is right now, it's helpful to do this, and you'll notice that when it does come to wash day, your retwists and that kind of thing are not going to be quite as painful. And so the last step, of course, is to go ahead and put some moisture on there, right? And just separate it just like that, okay? And do a full separation. And then at that point, you're good to go, okay? So what you want to do, though, is your hair is still wet, damp, whatever. If you plan on retwisting, go right ahead and retwist and pin it back. If you don't plan on retwisting, you want to try to have your hair pulled straight back or something like that, or even just like this, put it in a giant jumbo twist. You can do a Bantu knot, whatever it is, but regardless, you want to keep your roots stretched, okay? There's no point of, you know, doing that and then allowing your hair to dry and tangle all over again, okay? So that's really the biggest thing, is just to stretch your hair in some kind of way, and whether you're retwisting or not, and your hair will not tangle again. Hopefully that made sense. If you have any other questions or want me to do kind of a full-on demonstration, just let me know. But regardless if your hair is super tangled or not, the process is still the same. You just may need to take a little bit more time, a little bit more patience, maybe a little bit more water, right? Depending on how long it's been since you've done this process, okay? So definitely give it a try and let me know what you think. Just to kind of give you a heads up, I will be posting my 3-year lock anniversary video today, where I just kind of talk about some different things. I have a video collage coming up and quite a few things. So thank you guys for your patience, all right? And I hope you have a great one. Bye.